guys, Melanie Elaine here. We're going to talk about the most fabulous multivitamin, immune boosting, vitamin D filled supplement, and it's also going to help you with your hair, skin, nails. Why all of that in one? Because you just can't separate out hair health from body health. You just can't. And we'll talk about that later. But these are on sale. They are fantastic. Ulu and Cheveux are the same formula. Different names because we're rebranding, because no one can spell, pronounce, or say Cheveux. So this is Ulu. It is unique. It is a wonderful supplement, and it all comes in these little pouches. Twice a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. It is all you need. It's your multivitamin, full of vitamin D and ashwagandha root. What is ashwagandha root? It actually is proven to lower cortisol levels. What's cortisol? Fight or flight hormone. Guarantee probably in this time of uncertainty, a lot of us have higher cortisol levels. Why did I put all this in here? Why did we? And we'll talk about our company in just a minute. Because it works. So you're probably saying, oh yeah, I've tried all the hair stuff, it doesn't work. Here's why this is different. We're the only ones who looked at why the hair is being lost, not just what you might need. You need your body needs all the nutrients. It needs a vast array of nutrients. Foragers, gatherers, hunters, the ones who had the most broad spectrum of nutrients were always the healthiest of our species, and they're the ones who survive. So when you're looking at hair, you do need biotin, and you do need saw palmetto, and you do need keratin, and you do need collagen, but you also need full body nutrition, and you need not to stress. Why this thing about stress in hair? Because stress is one of the leading causes of hair loss. We've got lots of information, but I probably don't have to tell you that, because you probably, if you've had a child, if you've had surgery, if you've had a stressful event, may have noticed a difference in your hair. And hair loss is also related to immune system disorders. Yes, immune system. Alopecia areata is actually an autoimmune disorder. And if you do have that, or you suspect that you have had this massive amount of hair loss, we want you to go see your dermatologist. So we're talking about a whole bunch of stuff when it comes to hair. It's because your hair is affected by your whole body health and your whole body nutrition. Your hair is affected by your stress level, and your hair is affected by the health of your immune system. And right now, we all need to pay close attention to our immune system. We're getting a lot of questions about people struggling with their hair and losing a lot of hair. They've lost jobs. I've had a friend who lost a job. Her brother had COVID, almost lost him. He's recovered now, thank goodness. They were stuck on a vacation, way longer, double the vacation, because they couldn't get back. Well, she's losing her hair. It's really not that surprising. So we're talking to you about whole body health, and just mark my words, you're going to see a lot more companies focus on whole body health when it comes to hair, because your hair is at the end of the nutrition line. Your vital organs and vital functions, immune system and nervous system, they always take first. So why did we put this crazy big formula together? Because it works. I guarantee you, look at anything you have used in the past to try to grow your hair, and it will not be nearly as complete as ours. These are 49 active ingredients. And let me tell you why we have so many ingredients in this formula. Because it works, obviously.
That's a really long pause.
Because it works. I was like, first and foremost. But I'm not a doctor, but have a doctorate and a master's. And I tell you that because I'm a geek and I will figure out the answer to something. I'm very tenacious that way. We have nurse practitioners, doctors, master herbalists, and pharmacists. We are a licensed pharmacy, guys. Everything is made here in the USA. Fully recyclable, biodegradable packaging, fully inspected by me. It's made about 15 minutes away from where I sit. We watch the process. We work with our formulators carefully. All the ingredients are tested when they come into the facility, which is an FDA-approved facility to manufacture supplements, and it is tested with a certificate analysis when it comes out. What we say is in it is in it. I take these twice a day. Sasa takes them twice a day. We would never ask you to take something that we didn't believe was safe. We're taking it, and if that's not proof enough that we know it's safe and effective, I don't know what is. But this is our product, and we're proud of it. So, why did we do this the way we did? Well, it kind of requires a kind of a long story. and it is a long story, but I think you'll understand why there's so much in here. But we do want to tell you the Ulu is on sale. The 30-day is $7 off. But really, guys, what you really want is you want the 3 boxes. You really want the 90-day, okay? And the 90-day is going to look like this. It's going to have 3 boxes together, okay? And inside every box is going to be a little organza bag. So you get 3 organza bags in this that you can use and reuse. Again, use them for snacks, travel, etc. You're going to take some of the pouches out and put them in this bag, and you're going to take this bag with you, so you always have your afternoon dose with you. 1 dose in the morning, 1 dose in the afternoon. It's really critically important to health and to hair, because the water-soluble vitamins get 1 pass through and they're done. That's why taking it twice a day, if you really, really are serious about your hair and your health, you really do want to take your nutrients when it comes to the water-soluble nutrients twice a day. So what is this formula all about? Why should you listen to me? Well, again, I'm not a doctor. The FDA does not approve any supplements. It does approve and register food facilities. We are a registered food facility, and the FDA does approve facilities to manufacture supplements. So we want to be really, really clear on that. But let's talk about how this came to be. And I think it's really, really important that you understand the background. Why are we so different? And we are. Have you ever seen a nutrient that started with a focus on hair to be as complete as this? There's nothing. This is the ultimate. This is Mega Ultra multivitamin formula. So this starts as a multivitamin. It is absolutely critical that your body is fed. So even if you're not worried about your hair, this is the best multivitamin, antioxidant, energy blend, hair support blend you can find. It's all in here. So let me tell you how this started. So a couple of years ago, I was really stressed. My hair was getting thinner and thinner, and I just said, I'm getting older. Kind of the denial thing you do, right? You know, when you don't want to deal with it.
Push it off a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you everything's okay.
We do that, don't we? Are you guys out there doing that? By the way, if you are, you can chat with us down here and ask us questions and follow us here. But probably what's happening is I was like, oh, Mel, it's the weather. It's the new product I'm using.
Products, yeah.
I don't know. You styled it. You blew dry it too long. You blew dry it too short. You didn't curl it enough, right? So I was just kind of burned out, for lack of a better description, and I was stressed. I didn't like what I was doing professionally, and I just kind of checked out in a lot of ways. I just kind of was, I was getting up every day, but I just wasn't really taking care of myself, and I wasn't really passionate about anything. And your body tries to tell you stuff, and I kind of listened to all the other signals, or ignored all the other signals. I ignored hair for a long time, but body's pretty smart. It's like, yeah, we're going to take your hair. Now do we have your attention now? Are you paying attention now to your nutrition? Are you paying attention now? And that's kind of what I feel happened. So, I went to denial. And so I thought, I'm getting older, until I went to my niece's wedding in Canada. I'm here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I went to her wedding. And at the time, one of my sisters who's since lost to cancer was alive, so we had 5 girls. Isn't that cool? My mom had 8 kids. She's amazing.
I think so, yeah.
And 5 kids, 5 girls, 3 boys. So, we're doing that wedding thing, Salsa, you do the wedding thing, we're all lined up, and you take the pictures according to age.
Pictures,
right?
Yeah.
And so my little sweet old mom is at the, beginning her head of the line with her walker, and she's got a ton of hair. I'm like, okay. Looking at her hair. So you know how when you're insecure about something, you become obsessed with it and you see it everywhere, right? It's just, if you're insecure about a dress you have on, you look around, what else is everyone wearing? You start comparing yourself.
Right.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but that's what I started to do. So then we lined up all the 5 daughters in a row. My sister, who was actually undergoing chemotherapy, was next to my mom. Her hair was beautiful. I mean, just gorgeous. I'm like, gosh, her hair even looks good. And she's like 12 years older. I'm like, okay. And then the mother of the bride came next, and she's 3 years older. And of course, I like to remind her she will always be my older sister. That's always fun. That's what you do in big families. And her hair was fantastic. And then my sister Michelle had so much hair, they used to chunnel it out in the back. I've never seen a human being with this much hair. I mean, we're like hair people, right? And she's next to me, and her hair was like, woo, beautiful, fabulous. And then there's me, and it's kind of like, my hair's flat, and I'm trying to do something with it. It's not like it is today. It was show you pictures. I don't really want to look at them, but I can show them if you want pictures of my before and after. Let us know in the chat and we'll show them to you. And then there's me, and then I have an Irish twin. I have a sister who's not even a year younger, and her hair is fabulous. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm supposed to be healthy. I work out, blah, blah, blah. So I blew it off again and went about my business thinking, oh, it's Toronto, it's the humidity, it made it flat. I'm used to humidity in Arizona. Came back, then I got the privilege of being guest coach at the Phoenix Suns and Summer League. And I went with a friend, and of course, girl has to have her hair done to be a guest coach in the NBA. So she's doing my hair, and she's one of those friends, she's chit-chatting, just a doll. But she stops talking when she's doing my hair. Oh, something's up. But she didn't say anything, and so we went, guest coached. It was a blast. People were so supportive to see a little female guest coach this big compared to everybody else in the NBA. It's so blessed, so grateful. And then afterwards, she took me aside, and she said, can you go, I'm concerned, can you go talk to somebody about your hair? This is not your hair. She said it as gently as she could. So I went to not one, not two, but 3 doctors. First one, he's a cosmetic dermatologist, very expensive practice, walks in and says, you've got scarring alopecia. If you don't buy these expensive PRP treatments, you're not gonna have any hair in a year or two. Well, what? So I started Googling scarring alopecia, what is it, right? And I was like, oh no, this is terrible. I call him back. I'm like, can I come in for another appointment? I'd like to discuss this with you. He hadn't done a blood test, he hadn't done anything. He never returned my calls because I didn't buy his treatments, is what I believe he didn't return my calls because I didn't buy his treatments.
Right, most likely, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't sign up. So I was like, okay. So I went to another one, and she was really sweet, but she just said, oh, you're fine. Didn't do any blood work, nothing. Looked at my hair, says, oh, you're fine. That's it. She goes, oh, it's just your hair. Don't worry about it. Nice, but I'm like, whoa, don't mean it's just my hair. I'm single and I'm older, but I got another 40 years ahead. I'd still like to look my best for me, and you never know. Maybe Brad Pitt will come walking in. And he likes much older women. I don't know. There's always hope, right? So, anyway, the point is you want to look your best no matter what you're doing. We know that as women. And the studies show that if we don't feel good about ourselves, we feel that we can't be successful in many areas, if not all areas of our life. So I went to the 3rd doctor, and by then I was ready. I knew what to ask for. I knew to ask for blood work, pull test, light investigation with their microscope, talk about stress, and a scalp biopsy. So she did the blood work and the scalp biopsy, and it was actually good news. It was just androgenic alopecia. So guys, it's really important that you know what type of alopecia you have before you start just throwing money at expensive treatments. Now, as an aside, ours is a baseline. I don't care what you have or what's going on, you always need good and complete nutrition. So these supplements are fantastic for everyone, and we have a lot of men who use them as well. So she talked to me and she mentioned some products. They're good products, but they weren't complete products. They were like maybe a quarter or a half solution. So I got some of those products, and then I made a spreadsheet, because here's what my research showed. Remember, I'm a geeky, master's doctorate person. And the spreadsheet basically showed that your body's taking first, and you need to feed the body with that multivitamin, first and foremost. And so I started looking at some of these hair supplements, and there's nothing wrong with them. They're good. They just weren't a complete solution. That's probably why yours hasn't worked. So geeky me put my spreadsheet together, and I started putting together, I don't know if I have these packs, but I started getting bottles and bottles and bottles of vitamins. I mean, just ridiculously large amounts of bottles. And putting together, I'm embarrassed to say, these baggies. I would put together baggies of vitamins, 2 a day. And I would put them in little piles, and then I put them in baggies, and I would take them with me. And I would have my morning dose. If I traveled, they came with me, and I would have my afternoon dose. It was a handful. But what was it? It was my multivitamin. It was my saw palmetto. It was extra biotin. It was keratin. It was collagen, hydrolyzed marine collagen, 2 types. It was stress, anti-stress, antioxidant, alpha lipoic acid, ashwagandha, energy blend, and a root extract blend for support. All 100% natural, guys. There's no drugs in here.